Woo! A little change of scenery, changing the angle. We're today, your workout is Wednesday's workout. I like this one a lot. Yes, a lot of people have been mentioning we get back into the gym and are excited to lift weights, but I'm kind of curious to see how those muscle ups are going because I think it's been a while since a lot of us have done muscle ups too. Today's workout is all about strengthening up for that, plus a little heavy, fun box step over. Your skill, if you have rings at home, these are pretty ring specific, the skill and drill today. So if you haven't invested in rings or TRX, maybe look at getting one of those. There's also some really cool like at-home do-it-yourself versions where you take PVC pipe and some climbing cord and you can make your very own like rings for ring rows, or even if not rings, like a TRX style thing. So YouTube it, at-home rings, at-home TRX, do-it-yourself, DIY stuff. Because we're doing 4 sets of 10 false grip ring rows. False grip is super important. You know, it's that part on the ring where we try and get our hand wrapped all the way around the ring so that you can grip basically like underneath it. So as you hit your transition and your muscle up, right, you wind up over top. So when I'm at the top of the dip, I'm like this, right? And if you see, my wrist is stacked. It's straight in line. It's so that I have a strong pressing force through the bottom of the rings as I come up. Ooh, yeah, look at that tricep. But anyways, sorry. Anyways, we want to start with that false grip. You grip it as if you caught. You made yourself all the way through the transition, boom, and caught, and get used to pulling in that position, because if we try and let go of this false grip, right, which is when we're extended, this is really hard to demo without the rings, where we're extended off the back, right? You grip like this, we're extended off the rig, you're pulling down. So as you transition through, you're here. Otherwise, your hand's gonna be trying to turn as you're doing muscle ups. And it's just really tricky. So your false grip, that ring should lay right across the meat of your hand and you grip it tight, right? If you're wondering how to grip it, that's why I was demoing. Get to the bottom of your ring dip and then extend back, and you'll see your wrist is sitting like right over top of the rings. Boom. Just like this. If you're looking at me, my knuckles are facing each other and I'm pulling. It's super uncomfortable, but it's an important transition for getting your ring muscle up. 10 false grip ring rows. That was the longest explanation I've ever had on it. Then you do either 5 ring dips, add weight. Each successful set you do strict, holding weight between your feet or however you do it. 5 ring dips, and then after that you do either a 20-second L sit or a 40-second plank. So if you don't have ring dips, you're going to do what's called hold it support. We get the ring set and you come up to the top and just hold, right? Both rings at your side, and you're trying to hold like you're about to start a dip, but you don't actually dip because these rings move apart and they're really unstable and tricky to show the control. So if you don't have a dip, first thing you want to do is be able to make sure you can hold at the top without moving for 20 seconds. Okay. All right, that's what we're doing in class. If you have rings at home, please do the ring work. Then our workout. I'm excited about this. 3 rounds. 1, 2, 3. 3 rounds. You do 8 dumbbell box step overs, 15 ring dips, and then 6 dumbbell box step overs, 15 pull-ups. I made it 8 box step overs, 15 dips, 6 step overs, 15 pull-ups. 8 then 6 because I'm really looking forward to round 2 when you're like, oh man, now I have 8 box step overs to do. So just a little fun part. For your ring dips, you're gonna get them set chest height, right? And we're looking for that really strong position. What I mean by that is getting low onto the rings. So if you do those ring dips, we're only coming about halfway. That's really not strengthening one of the weaker, more challenging parts of the shoulder that we're trying to strengthen with that movement. And incorporate the chest. Again, because they're on the rings, it requires a lot of stability. So it's a tough move, but a great move. If you had good conditioning on it, like you get 5 body weight reps unbroken on ring dips, go for it. It might be a little struggle, but go for it. Use bands to modify if you can. We'll talk about that in class. But if you're working from home, you don't have rings, you can either do push-ups, or if you have a good bench or box that you like doing your box dips from, you of course can do this. This is an awesome thing to work on as well, especially because it mimics putting that shoulder in that more vulnerable range of motion and seeing how your flexibility is, seeing how your true strength is. Now, if going really low bothers your shoulder, don't, especially if you don't have a coach there, right, to be able to tell you why it's happening. Go to the range where it's tough. And if you do have an anchor pain creep in, contact a coach so we can help you figure that out, okay? Then you do your box step overs and you're on your pull-up bar for pull-ups. Got to start in full lockout, chin comes over the bar. You can kip, you can butterfly, you can do strict, whatever you would like to do. Okay, so for the box step over, you want to find a box that's a height or a step that's a height that once that foot is up. I'm crushing it with this outfit, by the way. I got my boots on, my gym shorts on that have holes in the crotch, and then my old stand-along Lulu that I wear out to nice dinners. This is a great workout outfit. I am standing on the box, and my hip crease is below my knee, right? Your hip crease is this part that pulls your knee up, right? That's your hip flexion muscle runs through there. It's what picks our leg up. We want our knee to be above our hip crease because that's the same kind of depth we're trying to hit when we squat, right? That's why if you have struggle with hitting depth in your squat, single leg work is a great way to get you there, okay? Holding onto our weights, 50 for the guys, 35 for the gals. We step up and down on the other side. 1, up, 2, till you get through 8, 15 dips, then 6, 15 pull-ups, 3 rounds, okay? Instead of pull-ups, we can do our seated curl to press that you've seen if you've been following, right? We take a seat on our bench, you get those grocery bags full of your cookbooks, and just like we're pulling here, you're gonna pull those up to your shoulders and press them overhead. That's it. It's been great being back in. The coaches are finding out more ways to keep the classes succinct and clean and organized, and I appreciate all your feedback. We've had great ideas from members on how we can do that, and it's just been so awesome hearing from all of you, getting the coaches and classes back in, and we'll have more announcements. We're wrapping up, opening up next week's schedule, so we'll have some announcements on what that's going to look like, but it's probably going to look like 4:30, 5:30, 6:30 p.m. With a couple days that have 2 classes simultaneously running, so we can have that garage door down and get a class of our 4 or 5 going and a class of 3 or 4 going on the other side too. So we'll be able to take care of those busier classes. We'll probably just do it during the 5:45 a.m. and then the 5:30 and 6:30 p.m. Okay, I hope you have a great night, and I'll see you in the gym tomorrow. Bye.